Alright, man, I'm going to give you a quick little rundown of the dollar bill acceptor and the card dispenser. They're both pretty simple, and there's plenty of manuals online for this stuff, but alright, so here's the dollar bill acceptor box. There's a key for it right here. There's an arm that comes down and hooks into the face of this, so you can't open it up. So let's unlock that, open this guy up. That's the dollar bill acceptor. So yeah, so that's the dollar bill acceptor, and it all plugs into that side, and then that runs down inside the machine there, runs down to the bottom of the machine. All this is explained online, but it's pretty simple. I mean, you'll probably never need to get an explanation for anything because it works pretty efficiently. This right here is the locking mechanism. So you can see I screwed on a little bracket there, and then that's the locking mechanism that the arm of that key is like. Hey, you probably can't see it. There it is. And I cut it out so that thing locks into that, and that's what locks this little box. When it's full of dollars, this is where the dollars go. So when it's full of dollars, you just kind of, this whole thing right here will just stack those dollars up. So this whole box, if it's full of dollars, it'll just be a big stack of dollars. You pull it out, that thing springs back up, and it's down to accept more dollars. The first time I had a fortune teller at my shop, I did a party, and everybody got a card, and that was like an entry for a contest I did. And I opened the machine up, and it just spilled out with like $700, I think, was in there. So this thing holds up to like $200 or something, but you know, depending on if you do a party or something like that, it'll overflow into this box pretty much right here. So yeah, it holds a lot of bills. There's not really anything to hold that up except for that door, kind of holds it up. When you put it back in, there's this cord on the bottom. So you want to just grab this cord here and just kind of tuck it up, and then you close it, and you just kind of push it tight, and then lock that fucker, and you're good. It's locked. The light blinks when the power is on. All right, we'll do. This is the card dispenser. It takes regular business cards. You already got all those cool old school ones that I sent you. Here's the face of it. That's an old vintage ashtray from 1890 something, I think. I found it online, but this is an old ashtray that used to hang on the wall of a bar from the 1800s. Anyway, let's pop this open. So here's the key. You open it up, and I've got it really tight, and it's all just mounted here. So this is the card dispenser, and that's kind of the rig up I have for that. I just got this mounted here so it doesn't pull. That's where the cards go. It's pretty empty right now. When it gets low on cards, it starts acting a little funky. So it's good to keep a good amount of cards in there, but you just pull this guy up. So you can see it constantly tries to suck a card into there. So when it gets down pretty low, it works a little shittier. But as long as you have good cards in there, it works perfect. This thing's brand new. I mean, everything on this machine is brand new. So yeah, so that's the card dispenser, and you put cards in there, and then you press down on this little, and then it sucks one up in there. So the weight of the cards is going to push that little metal spring down, and when it pushes that spring down, that mechanism sucks one card to be loaded. So, and when it's low on cards, you'll hear it run that thing to try to suck a card up, but it's not getting them because the weight of the cards isn't enough really. So I'll put some cards in here. And then you take this guy here, and you just pop him back in. This is just a weighted little top thing, so it's got a little bit of weight on it. And that holds the cards down. You can kind of see how that works. Let's see. So how this thing works, on the back of this card dispenser is a tiny little button right in there. You might be able to see You see that tiny little button. So that's a, a test button, so it spits out one card if you hit that button. And I've just got it mounted to a spring here. And if you push this thing, just a little push, and that just engages that, which spits a card out. It's pretty low, so like I said, you'll just hear it run that motor. It only does that a couple times. So if it's pretty low, you'll hear that motor just run like that. But so what makes the card come out is this little bar hits that little button that's in there, which is that relay button. I'll give you another good shot of it. You can take this thing, or you can open it up and see it better. But you can see that tiny little relay button, and then I have a tiny little piece of a screw, and that, when you engage it, it just presses that button. So what engages that? What engages this thing there is, I'll show you in here. So this arm right here, that's what hits that. So this arm right here is connected all the way back to the main motor. And the arm hits this little swing arm that's way over there, and it moves this back and forth, right? So when the swing arm comes through, it swings that, which moves this forward just slightly enough for that piece of blue rubber to push this guy and engage a card to come out. It seems really complicated, but it all pretty much ties into that little swing arm. This little swing arm guy right here. So when that main motor hits it, it pushes that swing arm back, which swings it out just a little bit. And then a little bit of swing will hit that guy and then make a card come out. And I'll just spin around the back side of this so you can see how that works. And then this closes. I've got it cut really specifically because it's such a giant chunk on the back of this door. So I have it cut down pretty tight to where it just barely fits past that door. This little steel bracket is how it locks. So there's your lock right there. So it goes back, you close it, and then that lock just goes behind that steel bracket, and it's shut. So I'm going to go around the back of the machine and just really quickly show you how that swing arm is set up, if I can get it in there.